Okay, I'm going to get back to this after I do the sky mirror. Let's go after the little stuff first. What's going to happen for you over the next 10 days? Kind of checking it day by day. I have a pattern of planets here. And whoa, look at that. Here's Jupiter and Venus together in Virgo. Venus is at 13, so in 3 days from where you are, you're going to see it hit Jupiter, and there's going to be a blush of love and sweets. And you watch. Don't pig out on sugar. Sugar is bad for you. It takes all your B vitamins out. It's a chemical. You got to go after real sugars like honey or jelly or fruit sugar. Anyway, here's Mars. Here's Mars at 17. It's on Jupiter when you see this. So you're going to start the week with a rush of testosterone. Mars, yeah. All right, the young men, the sports, the soldiers, just get out and tear it up, you know. Wow, okay. Mars. Anyway, I'm more concerned about Neptune, but I'll show you why later. The Sun, well, the Sun is coming up to trine Neptune in about a week. So you may say, oh, there's nothing to worry about. The ocean's beautiful. The ocean is Neptune, you know. Yes, it is. On Aniki, after Aniki, you go down to the Kauai coastline, and all houses are trashed. It wasn't done so much by the wind. It was done by the water. The water picked up big boulders and rolled them back and forth and just scoured the coastline. It was the water that has the power to do that. Anyway, here we are. Here's the moon running around the edge of this planetary pattern. And the moon's in Pisces if you're here on the Thursday night show. Yeah. On October 22nd. And late in the evening, you're probably going to think over what I'm telling you and say, uh-oh, I'm not secure here. Something's fishy. Geez, I don't want to amplify it up too much. See how shaky the table was. So here's Thursday night. These lines are basically 2 a.m. in the morning. And so here's about midnight when the moon squares Saturn. And you know, you realize you're insecure here. On Friday morning, this is breakfast time or so, the moon's going by Neptune. You'll either get some bliss, you know, have a shot of brandy with your breakfast or brunch, or you know, this is a good time to raise the higher heart and say, wait a minute, what's going on here? Take a good look at religion, art, music, the ocean, chemistry, drugs. Dig into it. Here's a nice trine to Pluto. Happens Friday in the afternoon and the evening. And as soon as you dig into it, you'd be little Sherlock Holmes like, a lot of this stuff isn't real, you know. No. It's like painting something with the paint is Neptune, a color. Put lipstick on a lady, she looks sexy all the time. What's that? Paint the house. Anyway, it kind of all turns into pumpkin here once the Venus stuff, Jupiter, Mars clicks in. Here's oppositions. Oppositions to Venus. We don't want the sweets. Yeah, that's Friday afternoon. Opposition to Jupiter. Overexpansion. Did too much. Ate too many sweets. I'm having the blood sugar low. You're also sucking up your B vitamins and you'll be paranoid, which will lead you to impatience and anger. Here, this is 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, Friday night, so this is not a good night. No, especially for the young folks. Nope. Moon in Pisces. Good excuse to get all dreamy and do stupid things, like getting drunk. Excuse me. You still feel that way Saturday, the moon's still in Pisces. As you go to Saturday night, after dinner, the moon goes by the south node. It's just barely into Aries. And you feel like you need a little help. That's Saturday here. That's Saturday afternoon. That's about dinner time. Yeah. Sunday morning, here's the moon hitting that 5 degree full moon point. And you know, you'll feel a little lunatic like early Sunday morning, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And it doesn't get any better. The moon's in Aries and you feel like there's a crisis here Sunday afternoon. The moon squaring Pluto. Eek, eek, panicky. Finally the moon conjuncts Uranus. What's that? Wind damage? The internet? Why is Frost shaking that table? Damn, get your hands off that table. It can't help it, it's shaking. Shaking is Uranus, you know. Anyway, the wind comes in shakiness, the water comes in tides and waves, and this is a time when you feel a little isolated and realize, gee, maybe my electric lines run along that coastline. Frost said maybe tsunami stuff, maybe water damage, maybe it's going to knock down my electricity. It doesn't take wind in a hurricane to knock down your lines. All it takes is some damage to those poles, especially those that are down there on the coastline, where the where the ocean might get a chance at them. Well, you'll still feel a bit isolated Monday morning on the 26th, but at least you've thought it over. Here's a full moon. It's Monday night. What can I do about it? Eek. You know, that's 9, 10, 11 o'clock. It's a full moon at 4 Scorpio. So, I don't think you're going to like it much. But it turns out, I marked that wrong, excuse me. There's a sextile to Neptune. This is a good sextile, not a bad one. So Neptune likes it. Tuesday morning. Oil companies are okay. Doctor's drugs are fine. And Tuesday in the afternoon, here's a trine to Jupiter. You can laugh and get optimistic. Tuesday night at dinner time, a trine to Mars. The young guys are out fixing everything. The heroes far out. And finally Tuesday night late, actually Wednesday morning, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, the trine to Venus. Sweets and sex. Nice. Feel that way all the way through Wednesday night, when the moon finally shifts into Gemini, a mutable air sign. And after dinner, when it shifts, you'll feel it, because there's the opposition to Saturn. That happens about 2 a.m. Thursday morning. And then there's a square to Neptune. You mean the water system could be a problem? You mean the ocean could be a problem? That's what the astrologer said. You better be prepared. Thursday morning, it's just confusion, but at least there's some warning. Thursday night, here's a square to Jupiter. Everybody's overdoing it. Shut that party down. And then Friday morning, moon still in Gemini. Here's a square to Mars. You know, the young guys and the young girls, even the young guys first. Trouble at breakfast. Too much macho. Everybody overprotecting, getting angry, and then giving up. 2, 3 hours later with the square to Venus, probably a sugar reaction. Anyway, Friday's not so hot. You're still stuck with a bad Venus hit all the way through the 30th. On Saturday the 31st, the moon shifts into Cancer, a cardinal water sign, and there's a nice trine to Neptune. Good time for church, music, belief, sensitivity, your heart. You know, that's the time to do it here. Noontime, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Saturday, when the moon trines Neptune. The ocean's not so bad. They're never what they seem, these Neptune things. You look under the surface, they always have a glossy exterior. The ocean's so beautiful. You know, get your head underneath it, you'll see it's different. Doctors are so glamorous. Hey, go be one for a day or you won't like it. Anyway, Neptune is 2 fish with their tails tied together, and one of them is real glamorous and glossy and colorful. But it's really putting on an act, like an actor. They're actors, these Neptune characters, so don't accept everything you hear Saturday in the middle of the day. Do your due diligence. Investigate. No, I don't have time to investigate. Feel like that about midnight. There's an opposition to Pluto. You know, but there's wisdom here in the morning. It's early, 6 o'clock or so. Here's a sextile to Jupiter. Everybody just thinking about playing again. Look out, there's a glitch here, a square to Uranus. Electricity, media might be a little shaky here Sunday, the 1st. But Mars and Venus don't care. They're going to go party and have fun anyway. First Mars says, come on, let's go. There's something happening Sunday night. And Venus goes along here about midnight or 2 a.m. And so there's some romance here. All right.